What's up friends, welcome back to the channel. It's a favorites video, baby. For those of you who are new here, my name is Fresha and I'm a 33-year-old creative director who lives by herself here in New York City. Before living in New York City, I lived in California, where I'm from, and specifically before New York, I came from Los Angeles, where I had lived for 13 years. Which is to say, for about 13 years, I didn't really have to deal with the concept of winter. Of course, I did in short bursts when I went back to Northern California to visit my family for the holidays, but for those of you who are familiar with Southern California, it famously doesn't get cold. Not really. I just passed my 2-year anniversary living here in New York, and I am in the middle of my 3rd winter here. So I have been spending the past 2 years and 3 winters trying to figure out how to survive. And so in this video, we're going to run through some of my favorites, my holy grails that have gotten this California girl through New York winter. You ready? Let's head into the video. First thing are these leather gloves from Land's End. Listen, I don't mean to mansplain winter, but for those of you who are unfamiliar, winter gets kind of cold. The air gets cold, your face gets cold, and your little hands get cold. Shocker. So I didn't really have a need for quality gloves living in Southern California just because I didn't use them frequently. I had snowboarding gloves, but I'm not trying to walk around the city with hands 3 times the size of my face. That's not a good look. So I bought these last winter. Like I said, they're from the brand Land's End. I wanted a pair of leather gloves that were going to be durable, and these are a 100% leather outer shell. And then on the inside, they are lined with cashmere. The cashmere really helps you slip the gloves on easily, especially if you're kind of sweaty, which is a frequent occurrence for me, moving from the subway platform where it's kind of hotter and it's busier up to the frigid temperatures outside. I also wanted to find gloves that fit well to my hand. I'm a smaller person, I'm about 5 feet tall. I have small hands, I have small feet, and oftentimes when I am buying one size or standard size items like gloves, they can fit and look a little bulkier than I would like them to. It's not the end of the world, but it really is extra credit points when something fits well to my hand so that I'm not dealing with all this extra fabric. Actually, when I bought these, they fit kind of tight and I was really nervous that maybe I had ordered the wrong size, but because they're leather and they're cashmere, they actually stretch to the size and shape of your hand the more you use them and crease them and give them some good wear and tear. Also, because they're leather, they're windproof, they stop any cold air from hitting your hand, and because they're cashmere lined, they're very, very warm while also being temperature regulating. They're incredibly warm and they're very, very chic. I can wear them to a nice dinner or to a party and feel like I am dressed appropriately for a event in the city as opposed to being dressed for on the slopes. Next on my list is the Italian Melton wool coat from the brand Quince. So as the name suggests, this coat is a wool outer shell with 100% lining on the inside. I paid, I think, around $190 for it, but Quince does run sales, so if you are looking for a coat next season, I would definitely wait for one of these sales to pop up. And listen, I know $190 isn't cheap, but you do get what you pay for. I did not want to buy a cheap coat that I would be throwing out next season or in 2 seasons. I wanted something that I could hold on to for a long time, and this coat definitely feels like that type of clothing item. And while it's not cheap, it's definitely way more affordable compared to similar items from other brands. When I was doing research for a nice winter coat and looking at other storefronts, I think a coat like this would easily run you $500 or $600 from other brands. It's a very classic style. It's a single-breasted cut with a notched lapel, pockets, and a single button. It's very long. It goes down to my ankles, which I love. I wanted a very long coat, and it drapes beautifully. I do feel very chic when I wear it out. As with my gloves, I feel like I can wear it out to a nice dinner out in the city or to a party, and I can also wear it to the office when I have to go in to meet clients. It's very versatile. It's also very heavy, and it feels very luxe when I wear it. Like, I feel like I'm wearing a very nice, high quality item, which I am. But most importantly for a winter coat, it's very thick and it's very warm. Like, I can wear this coat down to temperatures in the 20s, maybe even in the high teens. To be fair, anything below that, I'm probably gonna switch to my full-length Patagonia puffer, but thankfully we have had kind of a mild winter in New York so far, so I've mainly been relying on this wool coat. It's an unbeatable price, it's incredibly high quality, it's made in Italy, and it feels like something that I'm going to keep in my wardrobe for years to come. All right, this next thing isn't necessarily necessarily something you can buy, but it is a favorite and I wanted to give it a shout out. It's this little knit headscarf that my friend made me. How cute is this? Okay, I wasn't going to put anything on my head because I'm barely keeping my bangs into submission. Like I'm like kind of afraid to blink, but I've just got to show you because it's so dang cute. Oh no, I feel my bangs rebelling. How cute! I love it so much. I feel cute as a button whenever I wear this. So my friend knit me this for Christmas. She asked me what color I wanted, and I think this is perfect with kind of the like colors I've been wearing a lot this past fall and winter. It's very like earthy toned. It's also like a really nice thick knit. I don't know if you can tell, if you can see. It's so cozy. I think this is kind of a trendy silhouette. Like I see this on a lot of like knitting and crocheting vlogs, and like I see this pattern a lot. And I also see this pattern out in the city a lot on like fashion girlies. It's very of the moment, which I appreciate. And it's really warm, like surprisingly warm. When I first got it, I was like, oh, I can wear this like when it's slightly chilly, but otherwise I'm gonna wear my beanies. And I think because it covers my ears and the sides of my face, it actually does a great job at keeping my head warm. It's also so cute. Like I really do feel like a little babushka walking around with it on. Again, this isn't something you can buy, but if you are a knitter or you know a knitter, you can easily make one. It's a very simple pattern. Or, you know, you can wear it around your neck or wear it as a little bandana if you want. Ah, it's so cute. I love this. This is also something I'm gonna have in my wardrobe forever. Whenever I wear it, I feel really loved. The fact that someone took hours to knit this for me just makes it feel really special, and I think that's what a wardrobe should be, right? It should be filled with things that you love and make you happy, that make you feel warm and special when you wear them. Next thing is a little more technical, and it is this Lululemon Down for It All running vest. So it took me a while to buy this vest. Can I hang this here? Look at that. So I technically wanted to get this vest last year, but I skipped out on it because it is expensive. I think it's like 170 bucks or something, which is a pretty penny. However, I'm a runner. I love running. I especially love running in cold weather, which I forgot about when I lived in Southern California. Cold weather running is so much better than hot weather running if you have the right gear. And I didn't have the right gear because I got rid of all my cold running weather gear when I moved from Northern California to LA for college. However, this vest is fully loaded. It is perfect for cold weather running. It has different zones of insulation to keep different parts of your body warm and allow for breathability in different parts of your torso. It is water resistant, it's windproof, and the main body is filled with goose down, which for those of you who are familiar is a really breathy, like lofty material. It's often used in bed comforters because it helps so much with thermal regulation. If I can show you. Oh, I didn't even notice this. On the side there are pockets, which I guess you could keep goos or water bottles in. I literally just noticed these. I've not used them. But it has zippered hand pockets that go surprisingly deep. Like they can fit a whole hand in here. I can fit my phone in here easily. The pocket on the right side has an extra hidden pocket. So that's usually where I'll put my keys to keep them stable and not jingling around. But because the vest itself is so slim fit to the body, I put a ton of stuff in these pockets and I don't feel weighed down by it, and I don't feel like things are jingling around because it's kept so tight to my body. I usually throw my phone, my keys, my wallet, and my AirPods in this pocket, and then usually, because when I go out running, I'm running errands after, I'll keep a shopping bag in the left pocket. It's slim fit, hip length. I think it would be hip length on an average height person, but like I said, I'm 5 feet tall. I'm a little bit shorter than average, but that being said, it's still comfortable. It hits more halfway down my butt, but I just kind of hike the vest up and it's no problem. Look, I know this is a lot to pay for a vest. Like, I'm not delusional. That's a crazy amount of money to spend on a piece of running gear. However, I do feel like this purchase has been worth it for me. Like, I'm recording this in mid-February and I have hit most of my scheduled runs so far this year. If I have had to miss a run, it is just because I've needed an extra rest day, but it has nothing to do with my gear. It has nothing to do with me not wanting to go run outside in the cold because I don't feel prepared or like I have the gear necessary to be safe and comfortable on a run. This vest has definitely helped me suck it up and get out there on my runs, even when it's very cold, like even when it's in the 20s, which again, remember, I lived in Southern California for 13 years. So like, not only have I not experienced that weather in a long time, I have not run in this kind of weather in a very long time. For all of my runners out there, for people who are like, you're consistently hitting it, you love to run, like you love to get out there, but then winter hits and you're like, I guess I can't run anymore. If you are dragging your feet on buying season-specific gear, consider this your reminder that it's okay to invest in the things you enjoy doing. It's okay to invest in the things that get you out of the house, that keep you warm and safe and healthy on your runs. You of course don't have to spend this much money or buy this exact thing, but if you love to run, whatever it is you love to do, it's okay to invest in it and treat yourself every once in a while. Okay, just to close up this theme of running gear, two more things. It actually probably is more accurately to say one brand, which is Smartwool. So this is a Smartwool headband. I'm gonna tempt my bangs again. They're gonna be crazy after this. A little running headband and Smartwool socks. I really didn't intend to buy all of these things from Smartwool, so it's probably saying something good about the brand that all of my accessory gear ended up being from merino wool. For those of you who aren't familiar, is really great for runners, not just in cold seasons, in warm seasons as well. This is actually, I'm wearing a running top because I went running this morning. This is a merino wool running top. This is wool and then the socks are wool. What makes merino wool so fantastic for technical gear is that it's breathable, temperature regulating, and odor resistant, which I need. Like, I can get really stinky, to be honest. I accidentally bought so many pairs of socks. It's a long story. I don't want to get into it. I originally planned on buying 2 pairs of wool socks. I ended up with 7, but honestly no regrets because I use these wool socks all the time. I probably wear a pair every single day, whether I'm running or I'm chilling at home. When it comes to these socks for running, I've actually noticed that since I've been wearing these on my winter runs, I have not been dealing with blisters as much. And I think it's because the merino wool is so breathable. The socks help regulate the moisture in my sock when I'm on a long run. And even though they are breathable, they still keep my feet feeling very toasty on runs. Like my feet are warm. No one wants cold feet on a winter run. Like, that's actually miserable. That would cause me to end a run early. Like, if I feel like my appendages are freezing, I'm not gonna finish the run. That's really bad news bears. So yeah, the headband, the socks, they're perfect for long, cold weather runs. They keep me nice and warm, and they're such good quality that I feel confident that I'll be able to keep these in my running wardrobe for several cold weather running seasons to come. All right, next. Oh my God, that was a bad idea. All right, next, let's move on to beauty. Winter skincare. First up, this baby. While I spent my 20s very enthusiastic about all of the other steps in Korean skincare, like double cleansing, active serums, snail mucin, toner, sheet masks, it took me years to get into the idea of an essence. That was one step where I was like, whoa, that just sounds like a marketing team trying to take money away from me. But when I moved to New York and discovered the joys of radiator heat for the first time, listen to me when I tell you, dear viewer, I finally understood. I finally understood what an essence means in a skincare routine. For me, an essence is just another opportunity for hydration in my skincare routine in the winter. When I get out of the shower, I walk to my bedroom, like my skin's already dry. It's already starting to dry out from the radiator heat because it's so dry in my apartment that to sit down and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna replenish you. It's like with watercoloring where you have to like wet the canvas first before you can actually apply pigment. That's what an essence feels like to me in the winter. I'm prepping the skin. I'm giving it an extra step of love and hydration. In the fall and the winter, my skin absolutely needs it. And essences don't have to be expensive, like this one, my favorite, the one from Beauty by Joseon. This essence is 80% ginseng water with 2% niacinamide, which helps with skin evenness, tone, and texture. And it's about 18 bucks and it lasts me for quite a long time. This is my second bottle. I bought my first bottle last year, so I usually go through about a bottle a season. For 18 bucks, not that bad. I fell so in love with toners last year that I told myself I could try the SK2 Essence this year if I really wanted. I feel like that's kind of like the Cadillac of essences. It's very expensive. It's almost like $200. But when it came down to it, I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't spend that money. It didn't make sense to me. Why fix what's not broke? you know? I love this. This is perfect. This is all I need. 18 bucks, bottle lasts me a season. It's calming, it's soothing, it's hydrating, and it really rounds out my cold weather skincare routine at not that much of an added cost. So if you're looking for an essence, I'd try this one first. What a break. All right, the other thing on my face skincare routine is diaper rash cream, baby. I think I talked about this last year in one of the first videos I ever made on my channel. This has become one of my go-to beauty essentials, especially in New York winter. I first heard about this from Dr. Shireen Idris, I think is how you say her name, the dermatologist here on YouTube. So diaper rash cream, as the name indicates, is to help treat and prevent diaper rash on babies. The one I use is called Triple Paste, and it's a medicated diaper rash ointment. It has 12.8 non-nano zinc oxide, so that stuff you see surfers wear that's like a white block, that's what zinc oxide is, paired with nourishing oat extract and protective beeswax. So this thing is thick, like thick with like 15 C's. This is really great for helping restore or nourish your moisture barrier because it's made for delicate little baby bottoms. So it's gentle and it's great for sensitive skin. It is also free from fragrance, alcohol, dyes, parabens, phthalates, and preservatives, which makes it gentle enough for daily use and safe for even the most sensitive skin types. It's super cheap. Like, I can't forget how much this was. I'll put a screenshot here, but this is 16 ounces of product. When was the last time you got 16 ounces of product? I think I spent around 20 bucks on this. When was the last time you spent 20 bucks on 16 ounces of a moisturizer? Never. It's just a great thing to close off a winter skincare routine. Like, you're putting all your actives in, you're putting your retinols, whatever, your essences, and then you're just sealing it all in with a thick moisturizer. Because it has zinc oxide in it, it does leave a white cast, but because I use it as my nighttime moisturizer, I really don't mind. Like, basically it just feels like a thick face mask that I'm applying at the end of my routine that sinks in to my face. I personally love this because it's so cheap and you get so much. Again, this tub is huge, face for size, and I have a big face, okay? This tub carries me through fall and winter. Like, this will last me half a year. I don't think it has like a very sensitive expiration date. Like, I think this can last a long time in a cupboard. Moisturizers can be so expensive, but in reality, I personally just need a super simple moisturizer because I already use actives in my skincare routine. Like, my money is going in the products before my moisturizer, and I just need something to seal it all in. So I generally use this, The Ordinary, or like CeraVe to save money. I just don't need a super active or super expensive moisturizer. And honestly, my skin has never looked better. All right, we're almost at the end. Next thing on my list is the Soft Services Buffing Bar. I've talked about this brand in the past, I'm pretty sure. I may have even talked about this same product, but who cares? I love it so much. It's a holy grail. I'm gonna talk about it in every single video from here on out till infinity. That just serves as further proof that this shit is good. For those of you who aren't familiar with Soft Services, they are a small independent beauty brand that was co-founded by Glossier alums. And their whole shtick is that you should treat the skin on your body with the same care and attention that you pay to the skin on your face. They have a whole suite of products, from this buffing bar to body washes to body retinol, hand cream, and so on. So the brand launched in 2021, and I'm pretty sure I've been buying from them from the jump. And one of the first things I bought from them was this buffing bar. Not this exact one. I've probably gone through like 6 or 7 buffing bars at this point. The original one is blue. I think it's non-scented. This is their unripe banana. Whew, you guys, it smells so good. Like, I really wish we could, oh, it's green banana. Like, I really wish we could transmit smells here on YouTube. So you get 2 in a pack. The other one is in my shower as we speak. This is the other one in the pack. Oh my God, it smells so good. They also have other scents that are more limited, but this is an evergreen SKU and I love this. I gift this to people all the time. Okay, so where was I? Okay, one of the first things I bought was the buffing bar. So my entire life I've dealt with keratosis pilaris, which is a common skin condition. It causes small, rough, reddish bumps on the skin, on your upper arms, your thighs, and your little butt. And pretty much since I was a teenager, I've been trying products to help me with my KP. So I've tried amlactin, that first aid beauty bump eraser. There was another lotion that was really smelly. They're always smelly. I don't know why. They're always smelly and they're always expensive. And most of the time they don't work. All to say, I've put a lot of time, money, and effort into treating my KP for many, many years. Soft Services is the first beauty brand that has ever made a dent in my KP. Let me just read from the site. It's made of super fine sanding crystals compressed within a moisturizing, soothing base. So it's like a soap bar, but it's a bunch of crystals. Depending on how hard you are with it, it can be a little rough, but it's like a very like fine grained sandpaper. And while to a lot of people that might not sound nice, believe me when I tell you, it actually feels really good. Like you're scrubbing your body, you're getting all that dead skin off. Oh, it's an addicting feeling. I use the buffing bar like almost every day. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I do. It says made for areas of the body that would benefit from weekly moderate to intense physical exfoliation. The buffing bar is good for keratosis pilaris, KP, stubborn ingrown hairs, bumpy skin texture. Yeah, so I use this on my arms, on my legs, on my body. I use it on my bikini area. Like I'll use the like end of the bar soap. Or you can enjoy the buffing bar for no specific reason, like a happy bear rubbing its back against a tree. That's exactly how I feel when I use this. Dead skin and excess keratin are thoroughly soft away, releasing trapped hairs and revealing the soft, newer skin below after each use. I use this year round, but it is especially helpful in the winter when I just need a little extra self-care in my routine. My showers are longer, they're hot, they're delicious, and this is a really lovely addition to it that makes my showers feel a little bit more special and helps me treat my keratosis pilaris such that when the warm weather rolls back around, my skin is exfoliated, it's cared for, and I'm ready to launch into hot girl spring. All right, almost to the end. Also, from Soft Services is their TheraPlush, which is a retinol repair hand cream. It's like a medium thickness. It feels quite thick, but I guess it's not as thick as my diaper paste. I actually just repurchased a refill, so we can refill this now. So this is the refillable case you can house it in. I washed this and let it dry completely. So this is what the refill looks like. They are very careful with their packaging. I think they try to be as sustainable as possible. So this is recyclable or compostable. I think the plastic is recyclable. So you just tear this off, drop it in, screw it back on, and then pump. There we go. So this has, like I said, retinol, colloidal oatmeal, and panthenol. I don't know what that third ingredient is, but I notice when I use this at night, my hands always look freshly manicured. Like my cuticles are nice and soft. Obviously my hands are moisturized, but they also look younger. They look firmer, they look tighter, they're softer. Yummy. So I keep this by my bedside. It looks wonderful on a nightstand. You can like put your rings or whatever on top. I pump some out, rub this, put my eye mask on. I'm ready to go to bed. It is a perfect last step before nighttime. Like I said, I've been using this for years. I also love that you can refill the packaging. You don't have to reorder every single time. It looks chic on the nightstand and it really works. As with the buffing bar, I use this year round, but I especially need it in the winter when my hands need a little extra love. All right, final thing on my winter favorites list is my red light hat. I'm actually gonna I didn't do it this morning, so I'll do it while I talk about it. So I talked about this in my January vlog, but I have been on a bit of a hair journey. I'm also going to use the rest of, this is probably like too much, but I don't want to waste it. Let me pull my sleeves up. Oh no, oh geez. So I have been on a hair journey. In 2023, I was just in a really stressful period of my life. I was working at a really toxic workplace with a really toxic boss. I had just moved across the country for this job. I was working all the time. I felt like I was in a very unstable environment. And then at the tail end of all of this, my role ended up being eliminated and I had to look for a new job. So I was incredibly stressed out. And like I said, I just moved across the country. All of my professional contacts were still in California. I knew people in New York, but my network was just not as extensive as it was in California. So I was looking for a new job. I was adjusting to life in a new city. I was dating. I was not sleeping well. I was not taking care of my body. And I was incredibly stressed. And to add insult to injury, I started to notice that my hair was looking a little thin. Makes a lot of sense. If you're incredibly stressed out, it would impact your sleep, it would impact your health in general, but also the health of your hair. And so I kind of tried, first I was just trying to like put fires out. I was trying to like deal with my work stuff, which thankfully I like found a job like quite quickly, but I was still like feeling the latent effects of that stressful period. When I felt more secure in my job situation, I started to turn my attention back to my health. In 2024, you know, trying to get my sleep back on track, get my eating back on track, move my body more regularly, but I was still kind of noticing that my hair was looking kind of thin. Finally, at the end of 2024, I gave in and I just decided to get a red light cap at the recommendation of all my beauty girly friends. You know, the people who like, they're your most trusted beauty fiend people. They pay attention to the products that are coming out. They know what's up, what's going on, what's out there. So I did some research and this hat from Higher Dose had great reviews. So I waited for Black Friday to get like a 30% discount on it. Red light caps can be kind of expensive, so I wanted to get the best deal that I could. Now let me just acknowledge here, in reality, I do believe that the biggest lifestyle changes that you can make regarding your hair health are always going to be the fundamentals, like eating a healthy and balanced diet, getting enough protein, getting enough sleep, and managing your stress. I've also been doing all those things as well, but the amount of distress I was feeling about my thinning hair, I just couldn't take it anymore. Like I really wanted to feel like I was being proactive about it, like I was doing something about it. And red light therapy has some of the most promising science behind it, at least amongst the alternative or supplementary therapies. Because I got it on Black Friday and then I was traveling to California for the holidays, I've only been using it for about a month now. So it's a little bit early for me to report any marked difference in terms of hair growth or fullness. I will say when I went to go get my hair cut the last time, I asked the hairdresser, I was like, is my hair thinning? They were just trying to be sweet. They're like, yeah, maybe a little, but I think it's normal. That kind of ruined my day. I was like, oh my God, my hair is thinning. I will tell you, I actually have noticed a difference in the amount of hair I notice in my shower drain at the end of a shower. Again, it's too early to say anything definitive, but to be honest, I actually have been very surprised by how little hair is in the shower drain. Like I've always been a shedder. I've always had long hair and I've always had thick hair growing up. So I have naturally just like shed quite a bit just by virtue of having more to lose, you know? And I have been frankly quite shocked by how little I am shedding now, which I'm tentatively taking as a positive. We'll see. I've been wearing my hat basically every day since I got back from California, and I'll keep you guys posted on my hair journey in the coming months, but I'm already just feeling so grateful to have an easy and reliable gadget that's helping me feel like I'm doing something about my hair. So I am feeling hopeful and optimistic. In terms of use, it's actually quite simple. Like you saw, I just press a button at the back of the hat, put it on, it's 10 minutes, and a timer will go off. Like it'll start beeping when the 10 minutes is up. And I do it once a day, usually when I'm eating breakfast. I have a little spreadsheet where I track the days I use it. And like I said, I've used it basically every day since I've gotten back from the holidays. I think this was too much lotion. Now I have to air myself out. That was probably like 5 times the recommended use. Oh, you hear it? It's done. All right, that's all we have for today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you guys. What are some things that have gotten you through this winter, that have helped make your winter comfier, cozier, and a delicious season of hibernation? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.